I just want to show you my presentation that I just did at the National Academic Conference. So I'm going to do this in English for you guys so you know what I talked at the conference. It was pretty intense for me because the time was so limited. They give me only 12 minutes to wrap up everything, and I have about 14 slides. There's so much to say and elaborate. Thankfully, though, there were, I think they're professors. They're professors. They asked me questions, so I could buy more time and kind of get to explain further about my presentation. So I'm gonna share the screen now, and then I'm gonna do this in English so you can understand. Basically, I was presenting and trying to convince them why Paiboon Plus should be used as a standardized system to teach Thai and learn Thai as a foreign language. All right, so there are 4 whys that I was saying in the conference. Number 1, popularity and familiarity. Number 2, so I was talking about popularity of the Paiboon Plus system together with the familiarity of the users, as in learners and teachers. Number 2, simplicity of the system. Number 3, level of accuracy in approximations. I think some of you or everyone probably figure that Thai sounds and English sounds are different. The letters, the Roman letters or romanization used to transcribe the sounds, the Thai sounds, are only approximations. Number 4, flaws of this system. So every system is not flawless. There are some flaws as well. So I kind of point out the flaws in this system, hoping that if we use this system as a standard, system, then we could just fix or maybe adjust the flaws accordingly. Okay, so let's talk about popularity and familiarity. This system, Paiboon Plus, that I use in my class, I've been using for 3 years now. The system has been popular because of this book. This book is Thai for Beginners. I'm sure a lot of you guys use this book before when you first start learning Thai. I actually used it too in 2011, and I never use it until now. I find it very intense. I actually like the book, but I just have my own way to teach. So I just develop my own curriculum. But the book is very classic. Like I think almost all you guys know this book. And it actually really gives you like good foundations from the start too. So it's really, really good book. About over 1 million copies were sold. And that's why the Paiboon system is popular, because this book uses Paiboon system. Before it's called Paiboon, and then Benjawan added more symbols and stuff to enhance accuracy, and so it became Paiboon Plus later. Before it was called Paiboon. Yeah, now it's Paiboon Plus. So in that book, I believe it's Paiboon. Yeah. Benjawan Pumsan, also had this dictionary. Oh, by the way, this book was written in 1996. So that was how many years back? Almost 30 years? No, 20 years each. Yeah, over 20 years. That's a long time. That's why it's no surprise that a lot of people use, this system, because it comes with a book. Next one is the Paiboon Plus dictionary. I don't think I have this one, but I've seen a lot of people using it. A lot of my fans, my followers also email me and told me all about Benjawan Pumsan's books. I worked with Benjawan in 2020. I was in San Francisco. So some people, when they learned that I flew to San Francisco to work with Benjawan, they send me email and they're like, oh, I have these 2 books there, And so that's how I got to know about this dictionary, hard copy. Yeah. Later on, Benjawan had this app, Talking Thai Dictionary application. This one I always recommend to anyone who are serious about learning Thai. One of the things that I like about this dictionary is it has classifiers for each noun. So basically, when you look up a vocabulary word, the classifier will show up automatically. I mean, it's already there. So you know right away which classifier to use. Yeah. If you don't know about classifier, it's a concept in Thai. We have this classifier concept because we don't have plural form. So we use like a unit. Yeah. So in English, you say two men. In Thai, we say man, two, and then classifier. So that's the concept of classifier. This one I really like because my students, especially beginners, they're not so familiar with the classifiers yet, right? So this is very, very helpful. It's not a free app, by the way. It's available on Android and iOS, but it's not free. It's about $24, but it's really worth it. Just want to be clear, I'm not Benjawan's partner for this dictionary app. I always recommend, not because I would gain any profit from it, but I recommend because it's a really good app. You can try using Thai to English or Google Translate, but the accuracy for this mobile app, it's unbeatable. And Benjawan always like keeps updating the version, the accuracy, and she always adds like slang terms and slang phrases. That's what I know about this app. Yeah. So I highly recommend though, like if you're serious about learning Thai, again, I don't get commission from this. I'm just like truthfully telling you that it's a really good app. Another thing that I really like about Paiboon Plus system is the keyboard. You can actually download this yourself. Some of my students actually try to use this keyboard because they think it's pretty cool. So I'm going to show you, for example, I say, วันนี้อากาศดี this one. So you can see that I can type like this pretty much real time. Before, when I use simplified version, I have to copy paste. It's kind of slow, the process of typing, especially when I'm a touch typer. So I find it's very easy, and I mean easier for me to just type everything like this, right? วันนี้อากาศดีครูซาร่าอยากไปเที่ยว for example. Yeah, so I can just type like that. Very convenient, and I think it's good for any teachers who want to use a system that is consistent. This one is probably one of those systems that they can pick from. Okay, let's cover about the popularity, familiarity, right? The reason is we're familiar with this system because they have everything, like the resources like dictionary and keyboard. The next point that I was presenting was letters. The letters for Paiboon Plus are definitely easy. I would say not that easy, but easier than IPA. Okay, I'll take this opportunity to explain about G and K thing for you guys because you ask me all the time and I'm gonna answer here. IPA is actually an accurate system. K is actually the sound G, G in Thai, so it's gokai, G, G. G though, it's not really gokai sound or G sound because G in English is a voice sound. So it's G, G, G. If anything, G is more equivalent to kok kwai when it sounded like voice sound in those days, but nothing like gokai. I think the reason that most people don't like K for good sound is because they refer to the English pronunciation where K usually sounds k, k, aspirate with aspiration. Aspirated K, meaning there's air coming out. K, k. That's why they prefer G, I think, which is not quite right, but I guess it's more like commonly used. And I have to say that when I say G in class, I always need to say it's not like go. So when you say to eat in Thai, gin, you cannot say gin, ng, like G. But to be honest with you, like even English speakers, when you guys speak really fast, the G can also be kind of unvoiced in a way, like really fast. So I guess G makes the most sense because of those reasons. You know, I can understand why G is preferred over K. But if you talk about accuracy, K is correct, the correct version. Not K as in k, like with aspiration, but K as in the IPA system. Next letter, ทอทหาร So in Paiboon Plus, they use T, but IPA use TH. And here is why. T and H. The reason they need to put H is because the H indicates aspiration. There's air coming out. So the T will be the sound for IPA, and TH will be t, t sound in IPA. I sort of exaggerated here, but the ทอทหาร sound is not that like that much of air coming out. It's not like t, t, but like t, t, around this much. Okay. However, most English speakers and even non-English speakers or those who learn English as a second language, they probably find that TH is very confusing because TH is a fricative sound like the word thank you. Thank you. So that's why they prefer T. As much as I understand and understand the accuracy of IPA, I also prefer T. Maybe because I'm already used to Paiboon Plus. Yeah. If you guys don't know, I studied linguistics before in English, major in English. So I studied IPA before for the English language, but not Thai. And as much as I'm familiar with the IPA system, I still find Paiboon Plus makes more sense for teaching. Yeah, this is the feedback from my students and from you guys too, as my audience. Okay. พอพานนะคะ P sound. Paiboon Plus, we use P, and IPA, they use PH, which is confusing. Let's give an example, like the name Philip, right? It's fricative sound. Yeah, PH because P and then H, aspiration, air coming out. Yeah, but intuitively for you guys, you see PH, you're like, isn't that F sound, right? So you prefer P. If you remember and recall the signs in Thailand, especially down south, Phuket the name. If you read it like with the F sound, it's gonna be fuck it, right? So that sounds really funny. But I mean, technically it's correct, but it's not intuitive for most people. Ngongu sound, NG sound. In IPA, I'm actually used to this version because I learned it at Jula before. NG sound. So if IPA will use N with the tail, I mean, I think it's not that difficult to understand this one. I would say from my students' feedback, the majority, they agree that Paiboon Plus is easier than IPA. Yeah. And of course, most of them didn't study linguistics before. Anyone who studied linguistics, like really knowledgeable in IPA and, phonetic stuff, definitely they would prefer IPA over Paiboon Plus. I mean, I'm a linguist, but I'm not like purely linguist. I also consider practicality as well. So I feel like Paiboon Plus is more practical than IPA. If the goal for us is to enable the learners to be able to pronounce the Thai sounds correctly and not too difficult for them to take in or remember the symbols and signs, I would vote for Paiboon Plus over IPA. Yeah, but of course, IPA is accurate. No doubt about that. All right, so another simplicity of this system is the 4 new letters or symbols that you have to learn. So a lot of you guys ask me, what is this symbol? Strike through U is the sound in Thai. What is sound? If you're a lady, I would say it's like you push a baby out. If you're a guy, imagine you go number 2 and you kind of have to push. So that's a sound. Yeah. Yeah. So strike through U. This is epsilon in English. And when we use it in English to transcribe the word, it gives the sound it, like head, said, read. But we use this symbol too in Thai. IPA also uses this one as well. So this one is going to be eh in Thai. Eh. So the difference between and is lower. Eh. But it's not eh. Yeah, it's eh. Next one is yeah, C, flip C, and then the other one is schwa, yeah, this symbol calls schwa. Those 4 letters, I don't think it's that difficult to remember these 4, to kind of, set a system for you. Like, oh, okay, like set up a system that you're going to remember this for life. Yeah, so that's 4 symbols. Another simplicity that I heard from learners is the spellings of Paiboon Plus don't resemble the spellings in English, especially common words. Of course, there's going to be some words that resemble, like the word gin, like Gin would be gin in Thai, but it looks like gin tonic. But I mean, like, in general, AUA, may die. If you see it AUA version, you cannot help reading as Mayday, right? Because it's the word that the 5th month of the year, May. And Dayin will be day. Yeah. So I guess that's the complication. And that's why a lot of learners that I know, they prefer Paiboon Plus over AUA and over IP as well. The next topic that I was discussing in the conference was level of accuracy and approximations. If you guys don't know yet, Thai sounds and English sounds are different. The only consonant sound, initial consonant, is probably W sound and BP sound in Thai. That sound exactly like B and W in English, respectively. So the rest that you learn, none of them sound like Thai sounds. I can give you an example. So you already saw the first one. So G, it's not really G. It's not really Gokkai sound. It's have to be like half voice of that G, G, right? Or even D sound. Some people think it's like Dodic. It's not like Dodic sound. Dodic sounds like the. It's much. D sound, the. So it's voiced. That is why we don't really put D in transliteration for the consonant, like the final consonant, like Dodic. That will be something that I will get to in a second. Accuracy and approximation. One of the things I really like about Paiboon Plus is the vowel length. It's really important to put vowel length clearly, especially the word like Hongnam and Namjai. You don't want to say Hongnam. The word Nam here is long when you place it as the second syllable, but it is going to be shortened when you place it as the first syllable. So Hongnam, Namjai. So it's shorter. So when you use Paiboon Plus or you use a dictionary, it indicates the vowel length difference clearly, like this. That's what I really like. And the simplicity of short and long vowel in Thai. So the vowels in Thai goes like this. I, u. So short, long, right? And so in Paiboon Plus, it's pretty simple. 1 letter for short vowel, 2 letters for long vowel. In the morning at the conference, I was listening to one of the speakers, and she said that there were a few students read together, like instead of and I actually read it as 2 vowels, like this. So I couldn't help being curious. So I asked my students in a line group, and I asked them, like, if you actually see a like this, would you read it as like 2 vowels, like that? They're like, no, we see it as a long vowel. Maybe because they learned it from me too. So I guess it's very important for a teacher to point out from the start that this is like and this is like yeah. But I never seen anyone read it as like, if you do that, comment below. I would love to know. I think it's pretty simple. One vowel short, two vowels long. Yeah. Yeah, this is a difficult one, right? Guys, you guys usually say, I cannot do this one, right? So it's smile. Yeah. Accuracy between Paiboon Plus and simplified version. So here I'm going to elaborate on why you should not use simplified version in a long run. You can use it from the beginning or use it to understand Paiboon Plus, but you don't want to use it forever. And here's why. Because Paiboon Plus, you use here for strike through U, but simplified version, E and U. If you use Thai2English.com, that's a free website for English Thai dictionary. I think it's cool. But they use only like EU for both short vowel and long vowel. So how would you know if it's short or it's long, right? You wouldn't be able to know unless you hear from a Thai native speaker. So I guess people who tend to be able to use simplified because they tend to focus or rely on hearing or listening only. But in terms of accuracy, I would say Paiboon is much better. Like if you say like it doesn't make sense. It just maybe it's easy for you, but in the long run, you wouldn't be able to pronounce the word that have the same spelling as this, but you never heard it before. But if you understand Paiboon Plus as here, you can always pronounce other words when they have the same spelling with the strike through U here. Same goes with and here. The simplified version would use and they wouldn't be able to distinguish between right, short, and yeah, because we have and so it's gonna be more like bad, sad, but not really yeah, or even air. That's like kind of wrong, but I guess it works for some people. But like I said, it's not going to be correct pronunciation. You're going to sound like an English speaker talking Thai instead of sound like a Thai. So air with R, air, especially American English, right? R is rhotic R, air, yeah, or, yeah. I think this one is close. But still it doesn't distinguish between long and short vowel because we have and we have yeah. The vowel length in Thai is quite important. There are probably like a few situations or scenarios where we wrap up the word and we just say it quickly, and it's okay to say either short or long. For example, like the word จาก yeah, you can say มาจาก มาจากจีน I come from China มาจากจีน you can say จาก here short มาจากจีน it's still understood and it's fine. But I guess in other cases you might want to pay attention to the vowel length because is important in Thai. Another one that is really, it drove me crazy before is yeah, and if we use er here, that's gonna beเจอกันแล้วเจอกันเจอ you get the point. Yeah. So it's like, you know, if you แล้วเจอกัน, if I use this twice, then it's going to be long vowel here. แล้วเจอกัน like this. Yeah. แล้วเจอกัน okay. All right, so next point. Tilde sign. If you guys use the dictionary app, mobile app, you will probably have, seen this sign or symbol before. This symbol or sign is used for unstressed syllables. For example, the word สวัสดี right? Thais don't say like a robot like this. สวัสดี Instead, we say สวัสดี So when you place it after a syllable, like unstressed syllable, so you know that you couldn't have to say it like stress that much. You can say สวัสดี So this symbol was introduced to in Paiboon Plus. I don't think it existed in Paiboon before. The updated version of Paiboon is Paiboon Plus, and I think Benjawan Pumsian added this sign or symbol. Okay, we have been talking about the good things or benefits or the strengths, of the Paiboon Plus system. Now we're going to talk about flaws of this system. Of course, every system has flaws, right? None of them are flawless, but we're going to take a look one by one. Strike through you here. Most of my students will see it as ooh or you. So when they pronounce sound, they're gonna say ü, like this. Ü. Sounds like German ü. Yeah. And epsilon here in English is sound. Yeah. But in Thai, we use it as So it might be confusing for some people who learn IPA or understand IPA before. Next one is BP and DT sound. I think the nature of sound, according to the nature of sound, I personally feel like B and P are not supposed to be together. B is voice sound, P is voiceless, D is voice sound, and T is unvoiced. So they're not supposed to be together. But I understand that Benjawan created or invented this symbol or BP together, the combination, to represent the sound popla and DT to represent the sound totao. So BP, but, no air coming out, unaspirated. DT, no air coming out, unaspirated as well. In IPA, they use P and T. Yeah. If you ask me though, I actually prefer these two. I feel like when I see P and T, it's just Peter and Thailand, So I prefer this. Maybe because I'm used to Paiboon Plus already, so I'm a little biased here. Glottal stops. This is a symbol, glottal stop. I saw some system have glottal stops. Glottal stop is very, very important. I think glottal stop is like mountain, cotton, what, like stop. So in Thai we have that as well, like the word agad, like start with ang. Glottal stop, it's important because sometimes you might want to blend the Thai sounds like the way you do in English. For example, the word sip et. This one is classic. And actually my student ended up in SOY 18 because of this blending effect. Sip et. Here, sip, and then stop. Sip it. Not sip it. Sip it. So when you drag the sound like that, it's glottal stop. You have to stop first. Sip it. You might end up being heard as sip bad, which is 18. Yeah, so be careful. In Paiboon Plus system, there's no glottal stops indicated like IPA or Haas system. So I was saying in the conference that if we use Paiboon Plus as a standardized system, we might as well just figure out or discuss more about glottal stops or stuff that could be improved and make the system even better. I think that's it. So my summary is that Paiboon Plus had flaws for sure. It has some flaws, but I feel like when you actually weigh them, I feel like the strengths, like easy to understand, right? Simplicity of it, popularity of the app, the Dict app and the system as well. Dictionary, you need a good dictionary as a beginner, as an intermediate learner, advanced learner, you always need a good dictionary. And I find Paiboon Plus dictionary, like Talking Thai Dict, it's very helpful. And when I assign my students to do homework, they always use this dictionary and they have learned so much. They learn classifiers, they learn structure as well. They learn basic phrases because it includes everything and some examples. I personally use it myself to check with classifiers because as a Thai person, like don't expect any Thais actually to memorize and remember all the classifiers. We don't. And I'm one of those too. So I always use this dictionary to check with the accuracy, and it works every time. I got this dictionary app on both Android and iOS. Yeah, I use both. Yeah, very convenient. You know, it's you can actually check the basic phrases on the go whenever you need. Yeah, just type in, and yeah, pretty good. And you can actually type Paiboon Plus, the transliteration or transcription. You can type it, and then it shows the result in English, what you're looking for as well. So instead of, you don't have to be able to like type Thai only. If you can type the Paiboon Plus system, like the key and everything, the keyboard, then you can actually find words like what it means in English. Yeah. So that's really convenient. Oh, one more thing though. I find most advanced learners who are serious about learning Thai, they all use, I would say all of them that I know of, use Paiboon Plus to transcribe the sounds. They told me that it's like the most accurate system so far. And one of them actually prefer Paiboon over Paiboon Plus. So in my summary of the summary, I just kind of gave him a big picture. So basically, Paiboon Plus is like something in between IPA and simplified version, because with IPA, it's you know, it's good phonetics, it's a good system, but I'm sure a lot of you guys just cannot wrap your head around is H with the PH and TH and everything, right? So we have this Paiboon Plus system. It's kind of in between, between the IPA and between like simplified version, which has basically no rules at all and just intuitively spell and pronounced by English speakers, right? So in the long run, I would say simplified version wouldn't do you any good. It would actually confuse you even more. Paiboon Plus is actually better in terms of accuracy and consistency. So that's why it's not too much about linguistic stuff, right? But it's also like has some, you know, rules and patterns for you to internalize and use in the future. So I think it's the easier version of IPA. But of course, IPA it's like the most accurate one, I would say. I wouldn't argue with that. It's yeah, because I learned IPA myself and at Jula. But I learned that for English, not for Thai. Yeah. So I would vote for Paiboon Plus. And from the feedback that I got from you guys, most of you, I would say the majority, almost 90%, would go for Paiboon Plus as well. That's why I concluded in my presentation that Paiboon Plus should be used as a standardized system for all of us for consistency and accuracy. Okay. And then I just ended with presentation. With the questions, and thank you. I think I got asked too about the final consonants because I didn't include this in this presentation. And the reason that I didn't include it because I probably didn't have time to talk about it. I only had 12 minutes and it was really difficult for me to actually explain everything all at once. I didn't really elaborate enough. I wish I could have more time, you know, but anyways, it's all good. The final consonant sounds in Thai, this is a topic that people ask me a lot too. Why gokkai sound is K sound at the end, or Dict sound is T at the end, or Bawai sound is like P at the end, right? It's because when you put gokkai, let's say gokkai, if you put G at the end instead of K, technically the sound in English, it affects the length, the vowel length. So let's give you an example. If I say rag and rack and rag, which one is longer, right? Rag is longer because it's voice, G sound. That's the reason that we don't use G for gokkai as a final consonant. The same goes with the Dict and T as well. We don't use D at the end because if you say sad and sad is longer. And Thai D, like Dict, is not like that. It's actually stop sound. It's not like sad. Like when you say load, it's not gonna be like load. I understand that it's easier for you to, refer to D as Dict because that's the spelling in Thai, but technically the sound is different. And the reason is because those letters, กอไก่ ดอเด็ก บอใบไม้ give different sound as an initial and final consonant. That's like simple explanation. Because in English, they sound the same, right? G at the beginning, at the end sound the same. S at the beginning, at the end sound the same. In Thai, it doesn't work that way. In Thai, we only have 8 final consonant sounds, very limited. So it's not like English. All the sounds mostly sound like T at the end. Yeah. So, okay. Oh, I got some questions here. Let me answer. Boris Savinov say, is there any official transliteration standard from Thai government, university, or some other organization? I think the Thai government system, the system that they use is close to IPA in terms of letters, but not in terms of like transcribing. I guess Thai government uses the letters based on how it's spelled in the original language rather than focusing on how accurate that would sound with that transcription. Yeah. Chakui, hi, welcome. Thanks, Thai. Okay, thank you, Ka. Barry Sunninov also asked, is there any other popular dictionaries websites except Thai to English among Thai people? Longdo, let me see. Thai longdo.com. Longdo. That's the one. You just type dict.longdo.com or you just say Longdo Dict on Google. Yeah, it works the same way. Okay. I hope that helps. Dictionary, I use Google Translate. Boris also asked, how to enter those symbols on the keyboard you will strike through you? That's a good question. Typing Unicode code with shortcuts. Barry's, there's a website to download and it's free to download. Actually, I got asked for this one as well. And I can include the link later. Those are good questions. Thank you for asking. That helps me explain further. Thank you นะคะทุกคนไม่มีคำถามแล้วนะคะ Let me see. That's it. If you have any other questions, just feel free to leave it there and leave in a comment, and then I will answer later. Okay, ค่ะ Thank you for tuning in ค่ะ Have a good day, good night, good Friday รักทุกคนค่ะจุ๊บจุ๊บ